again in here, Eaton. Thanks to Palmer Gerald over there at B1 Bank for
yes, sir,
for donating that for us, as well as. But you think about Thanksgiving, people gathering around. They need to gather around a nice table, just kind of like this one we're sitting at here. Thanks
Sleepy Hollow,
to our good friends at Sleepy Hollow that have donated our set furniture for this year's Tiger Talk, and we thank the Falks and everything that they do for us here at the network and for the Neville Tiger football program. All right. Well, Coach, you go into East Ascension this last Friday night. It's a team that really didn't – you knew what you were getting into.
Oh, yeah.
We saw the size. You saw the size not only live a couple of weeks ago, but you saw it on film. A sneaky 6-5 record out of a good district down there, and we played it was a good football team. This was a tight ball game until the Tigers pulled away late.
Yeah, without a doubt, a very good football team. We talked about how big they were and the size of not only their running backs but their linemen and their secondary people, but wide receivers were tall, so they were big all over the place. And and I was talking to one of our coaches yesterday about the difference in 5A, big 5A schools and us guys that are around 1,000. Is the depth and the the size of the kids with the depth, and that's just a little something that I've noticed, since we've been doing this the last couple of years against the 5A teams, and it's always good to know that our young, smaller guys can get after them pretty good, and that they're going to play their hearts out every time they step on the field on Friday night. So just proud of the way we played Friday. Just the second half was just outstanding on both sides of the ball, and just really enjoyed watching that the second half.
Well, it was a physical ball game. I mean, your defense, I thought, was the MVP of the night.
Oh,
if you had to choose right there.
Yeah.
The offense got going there in the second half, but it was a back-and-forth battle and a field position battle, and East Ascension was winning it there in that first half. Your defense bent a little bit but never broke, only allowing 9 points on 3 Ontiveros field goals.
Ontiveros.
Yeah.
Well, he's a fine kicker. He was, he kicked off the turf. He didn't use the tee, and but we matched him with Pettis there in the first half, we're going in halftime. I think I was talking to John Kade, but we're going in halftime. We didn't play well on offense the first half. I didn't think we got many breaks in the first half, and we were still ahead 10-6. So things were still bright, although they weren't. Yeah. We weren't playing well, but I really felt like the second half that we were working some things out in the second quarter. In the second half, we really came out and played really well.
Yeah, a lot of penalties in that game on both sides of the ball.
Had to clean it up.
Had to clean everything up, and it did. I mean, it progressively got better. Nevertheless, Tigers win 31-9 over the Spartans and move on to the quarterfinals, setting up a date with Westgate, who we'll talk about later on in the show, but a very familiar opponent over the past few years. This will be the 4th meeting since 2013, and all coming in the playoffs and all kind of different rounds. So we'll get to that coming up, but let's get to the highlights from the East Ascension game, and we talked about matching field goals. Christopher Pettis, after East Ascension goes down on that opening drive and kicks a field goal. Christopher Pettis, y'all come back down the field, and that's a 20-yarder. Chandler Pettis. Twins, man.
Yeah, I know.
I've been calling people the wrong name all year.
Yeah, but no, he did a fine job. Good snap and hold right there. Great protection. Stuck it right down the middle of it.
Yeah, and Chandler also, him and Brooks Anzalone with the 4.0
awesome.
all-academic team in the LHSAA. Congratulations to them. Okay, and then here we go. We talked about defense. This is, I believe, on that second drive. They're deep in Tiger zone, and Breland Robinson teams up with Matthew Fobbs-White. Both of them had a great night.
Well, man, they played outstanding. Breland came off the edge there on a linebacker blitz, and then Fobbs cleaned him up from the other side.
And here on that end of this same drive, trying to keep East Ascension out of the end zone, Henry Cagle with a nice pass breakup here.
Yeah, it was a good break on the ball right there. Good hit. And he not only hit him, but he knocked it out with his hands. So that's just great technique there.
That was a third down play. It forced him to kick another field goal. Ontiveros makes it at 6-3 East Ascension at this point. And then Jalen Nichols the offensive line kind of wake up here. It's a nice run by Jalen.
Well, it's just you see him weaving there, and he's just got great vision, and it's just improved so much over the year, and it's just fun to watch him the other night.
He definitely has. I was talking with his grandfather today up there, and talking about his progression from a young running back earlier this year to a seasoned back here later on this year. And here's Jalen Nichols. Again, we talked about him. He's getting you back down deeper into East Ascension territory.
Good block by Thomas Campbell there and a few others. I couldn't see. It looked like left guard Ronald Wilhite too. So, but just a good job opening that hole up. But, I'll tell you the one thing I noticed the other night, against 5A teams, though, getting away from them, the secondary always tackles well in 5A football. So that's another difference that we've talked about in the past.
When you cross midfield there with Jalen, and then Jalen again here with a nice run, get you a little bit deeper in East Ascension territory.
Good cut right there. Great block by Thomas, and downfield blocking by Mason Shelby, and looks like Hanlon.
Yeah, Hanlon was down there doing a good job too.
It's key to long runs is that downfield blocking.
And he got another one. You kind of get down in there, and then here's Brooks Anzalone. Nichols got you down there, and Anzalone with a nice read right there.
Well, we talked last week. We felt like Brooks would have a big night running the football, because of what they do, schematically. And, he had some good runs the other night, really got us out of some jams, and that was a good play right there. Yeah,
that 6-yard touchdown run made it 10-6 Tigers, and that's kind of where it
that
stayed.
Was a little breath of fresh air there. We drove down, had a good drive, go down, punch it in,
get the touchdown.
Finally get that, get it off your back a little bit, and just everybody kind of settle down after that.
Yeah, late in the half, East Ascension has the football back after that kickoff, and then here's Matthew.
Yeah, what a play, man!
Strip sack, and Brody Watley recovers.
Yeah. He grabbed him, about to sack him with his left hand, then reached with his right arm. I mean, that's just great technique and just a great effort. And then Brody Watley's sitting in his lap, and so D'Angelo Woods was too. So it was a great effort by our defensive line the other night.
A great night for all of them. Matthew with some awards, some weekly awards from a couple local media, and you're going to see why. At least one of them, the one that kind of
went viral.
Went viral there with this hit. That's coming up, but. All right, so it's 10-6 at halftime. What are you telling your guys?
The big message was, clean up the mistakes, the penalties. You can't have those unsportsmanlike penalties in the first half, and we did a good job of that in the second half. And the other thing was just keep playing with great effort, because we were playing with great effort. We were just getting penalized, and so we cleaned that up in the second half, and I think that was a big part of the success we had in the second half.
When you talk about that second half, we start off, you get Caleb Vaughn involved, who another young man had a nice night for you.
Yeah, throw the little bubble out there. Good job of blocking by Hanlon. He makes one guy miss, and then, he's got just great speed. He's full speed after about 3 steps.
Yeah, that sophomore tandem has been electric for you with him and Nichols. There's two guys on the back end for you. All right, so Caleb Vaughn gets that, and then Nichols, once again, on his way to a 198-yard night.
198 yards, yeah. You look at that Hurd pulling through there. Boy, he made a big hole, and then, he just does a great job. Good stiff arm there, but, again, their secondary tackled well the other night. Usually, he gets loose on that one and takes it all the way. But, that's just a good job of blocking by the offensive line and great vision by Jalen Nichols.
Yeah, that drive kind of fizzled out. I think you had about a 35,
missed a field
goal right there. Then you get it back, and then let's see. The defense takes over on downs, and you force a 3 and out. And then this was Will Anders put this in here because this was as East Ascension was looking to maybe get a little bit of extra run after the ball hit the Spartan guy.
We appreciate that.
And Will, right there. He supposedly downed it on the 7, but it was right there where it
it's
hit
first
him.
touching, so we get it wherever they touch it. But, a good job, by our defense there, holding them 3 and out and forcing the punt and getting our offense the ball back.
And then offense punts it back to East Ascension.
Yeah, we punted it a little bit back and forth the other night.
A couple of times. And then here, East Ascension driving down deep, and then there's the hit that everybody's seen, and that's Matthew Fobbs-White, and it's still
that's a big
people
hit.
Are still getting oohs and ahs.
Oh yeah,
with
you could hear the oohs and ahs in the stands the other night. Ooh.
It brought visions. A lot of the Neville faithful. A lot of these kids weren't alive when this Marcus Cooper hit happened.
No,
we'll show it to him here later on in the deal, but that was back in 03.
Right. Wow.
If they were alive, they're ineligible. I mean, but either way, you had that big hit, and that really seemed to fire up the defense because it spurred East Ascension to retaliate a couple on the next play.
Next play, they got a penalty.
Two personal foul penalties on the same one, a 30-yard deal.
Yeah.
So it brings them back
field
out.
goal range.
They actually drive back down. It's 10-9. As when we pick it back up on our replay here, and then they kick off after getting that third field goal, and Caleb Vaughn for was that the fourth? I think that's the fourth time.
Fourth or fifth one.
Takes it about
when
82
they kicked
yards.
it, I said, man, they kicked that to Caleb right there, and it was a good kind of a line drive kick, and he just hit the seam right there. I mean, just look at him run right by everybody. Just great speed, and he finishes off in the end zone, and it puts us up 17.
You talk about momentum in this.
And there's some great blocks there, too. I mean,
they had a nice wall. He saw it. He went down there. Speed takes care of the rest. But that play right there, you had been back and forth a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then they get within one, and then, boom, immediately you're back up 8.
Well, in playoff football, man, in this – time of the year, it's you got to have good special teams, man. You got to get some breaks along the way. If you go back and look at all the state championship teams that there ever was, they had a game where they had to get a break. Mm-hmm. We got a big break there that kind of pushed the lead out again, and then this week coming up, we got to have another good break this week. So
let's get back to the highlights. Jalen Nichols, we talked about his big night with 198 yards, and it continued right here.
Just patience right there. Good job of blocking by looks like Tyler Brown and Taylor Quinn. So and he just had patience there watching his pullers come through.
Get through here. Brody Watley, we hadn't mentioned him except for
he had an outstanding game,
but he had an outstanding game as well. And this is a sack on fourth down here late in that drive as East Ascension's trying to get back in that.
I don't know if they were
game.
just letting him go or what they were doing there, but it was a good stunt by our defense, and he just got free right there. Made a great play.
Jalen Nichols, like we said, big night on the ground, but only got in the end zone one time.
Yeah.
But here it is, right here, as it puts you up 24-9 here. We're about 21 yards out.
Yeah. And it's just we got to running left there later in the game and setting them in a good formation. Coach Birch and Coach Johnson did a great job of setting that up, and we were running left back there behind Big Herd and just started working out. We found a good seam in there, and we stayed with it that whole fourth quarter.
You kick back off to him, and here's the next play from scrimmage from East Ascension. And this was another play we highlighted on our social media, and it's Rudy Dozier with the pick.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, just a great drop here, and he stepped right in front of the ball, anticipated the throw to the number 3 receiver, and just about carried it all the way back to the end zone. His old fullback days are coming out at him right here, so he's thinking about trying to get in that end zone, and Coach Collins and I are yelling at him to lay down. Lay down! So, it's a good job. And, the best part about that is we were all blocking for him up front, above the waist, in front of him, and so we weren't blocking in the back. We didn't get a penalty call it back.
Well, a couple of plays later, Frank Mansfield comes in, and a little help from the offensive line. You see the push here.
Tyler Brown starts it, and Hanley gets on it, then everybody gets in on it. That's a good team effort right there, getting him in the end zone.
Exactly. So that makes it 31-9, and then we got one more little defensive highlight. This was out. You got some reserves in here.
Yeah. And they pop one loose, and then Butcher he tries to hurdle Butcher, and he just locks him up, makes a great play there. Kind of sealed the deal.
I saw
there.
that from 22 in a couple of games. He liked to leap a little bit. He was a heck of a running back.
Oh, he was. He's going to Tulane, I believe.
Going to Tulane, that's right. So, all right. So there you go. Win it 31-9. We will, with the crowd here at Melvin's, we will put this up. And here's the LaMarcus Cooper play. All right, everybody.
It's 2003.
We've got a vote here. That's the first one. I mean, this was back-to-back here as
and the one that everybody talks about is this one coming up.
It's going to be the one coming up. Here it is.
This is just unbelievable. The
difference is that this was back in 2003.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Well, I mean,
so with that and the Matthew Fobbs-White one, let's a fan vote out there. Anyone? I think they were both good, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, there we
they
go.
were the two biggest hits probably in the history.
We're going to talk with Matthew as well as Rudy, a couple of your defensive stars from last.
Both of them had a
Friday
great night the other night.
Here later on in the show, we're looking forward to that. So you win it 31-9. Like, what'd you tell the team afterwards?
Well, I just felt like we beat a really good football team. We were more physical and more in shape than they were for 4 quarters, and it's just a tribute to what they've done in the weight room in the off season, and just how hard they played in the fourth quarter was that's just a typical Neville team. From all the years combined, that was just something that I felt like we kind of woke up in the second half and really finished them off in the fourth quarter, and I just proud of the way they played.
Well, after if you had questions about how the Tigers would respond after about 3 weeks off, they were answered last Friday night, and they get the second round of the playoffs going in style, and now they've got a date with Westgate coming up this Friday down there in New Iberia. We're going to talk about that matchup later on in the show, but first we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to meet with one of the newest coaches on the Tiger staff. That's John Kade Lawrence. So stick around with that. Looking forward to that conversation. So stay tuned here on Tiger Talk, right here on the network in Sunny 98.3.
Call David's Mobile Detail and Power Wash for all your detailing and power washing needs and soft washing capabilities, too. They detail cars, trucks, ATVs, UTVs, boats, and even planes. They offer commercial and residential hot water power washing on nearly all surfaces, including concrete, wood, and stucco. Give them a call, 547-3233, or visit them online at davidsmobiledetail.com or stop by 2501 Washington Street in Monroe. David's Mobile Detail and Wash, proud supporter of Neville Tiger football.
Sleepy Hollow Furniture and the Falk family proudly support our Neville Tigers. Just like the wide variety of athletics and academics Neville excels in, Sleepy Hollow offers your premium mattresses and adjustable bases, every kind of home furniture, and just in time for your favorite season, quality in-stock patio furniture ready for the big game. Come shop your Neville Tiger family at Sleepy Hollow Furniture.
This is why I run.
Do you suffer from frequent back or neck pain? Were you in an accident and can't get rid of those constant aches? Maybe you're someone who deals with chronic migraines and tension headaches. It might be time to see how Martinez Chiropractic can help you. The goal of Martinez Chiropractic is to reduce or eliminate pain in just a few sessions using the latest in chiropractic technology. Don't suffer in pain another day. Call Martinez Chiropractic today at 318-654-4310 or see them in person, 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe.
Being a strong team means accomplishing great things by working together. Being a Neville Tiger means striving for excellence in all things. Origin Bank and Neville High School share a long history of making a difference in our community. Together with the Food Bank of Northeast Louisiana, we're able to provide meals to children, families, and seniors facing hunger in Northeast Louisiana. Origin Bank and Neville Tiger football, always a winning combination. Origin Bank, member FDIC.
When Neville Nation craves delicious fast food, there's only one place that comes to mind: Sonic Drive-In on North 18th. Whether it's a breakfast toaster on your way to work or school, one of the many lunch combos, a mid-afternoon Route 44 cold drink, a pregame popcorn chicken, or a postgame Sonic Blast, the Sonic on North 18th Street has you covered. So drive through or park and wait for a friendly car hop today to find out why our Sonic is the Sonic on North 18th Street in Monroe. It's definitely Tiger approved.
Whether you're dining in or grabbing to go, at Nukes, we love to share great food, to delight with new flavors, to celebrate every bite. Join us at Nukes Eatery.
Mama DeLuca's pizzas are custom made, fresh to order right in front of you. We offer 3 different sizes of pizza, 9, 12, or 14. Mama DeLuca's pizza is prepared to your order. The pizza cooks in less than 3 minutes. We have 16 different toppings to choose from, 8 unique sauces to complete your pizza. In addition to pizzas, we offer to our customers boneless wings with your choice of a dipping sauce. Mama DeLuca's Pizza offers delicious garlic Parmesan breadstick, freshly made to order pasta noodles. We're Mama DeLuca's Pizza in the Subway on Lammy Lane, and we hope to see you soon.
Here at Parker Alexander, we obtain justice for those who've been injured due to the negligence of others. Whether that's in a car accident, a truck accident, wrongful death, we also make our community safer. We hold violators accountable.
And welcome back, everybody, as we are in segment number 2 here on Tiger Talk. And as always, we are live from Melvin's Restaurant right here on Oliver Road in Monroe. All right, now I'm joined by Neville assistant coach John Kade Lawrence. John, welcome to Tiger Talk, man.
Thanks, I'm glad to be here.
Hey, look, so you're one of the newest members of the Tiger coaching staff, and you graduated 2016,
2016,
right?
That's right.
And won a couple of state championships.
I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to win a few when I was at school, 2015 and 2014. So.
And why don't you tell everybody, back in those days, you could still, you're young enough to remember playing football at Neville. A lot of these former Tigers that are on the coaching staff, they remember it, but it's getting – the older they get, the better they were. So let's talk about what your roles were on those championship teams.
Right. So I played center when I was in high school, and now I'm having the opportunity as a coach to coach defensive line. So learning both sides of the ball at this point. But back then, not much has changed. A few of the coaches, but a lot of the faces stay the same. So it's been a great opportunity to be back here.
Now, going through school, and you graduated from
LSU.
LSU. So you got to get through LSU, and was this the plan to try to come back and coach here? Was that what you were wanting to do when you started in school?
Not initially. Initially, I thought physical therapy was what I wanted to do, be active in that role. But as I got more into it, I realized it wasn't for me. And then I got the opportunity to do a strength and conditioning internship at ULM, and I fell in love with that. So coaching has become a passion over the last year probably.
Well, we see you in and around the weight room, and talking about defensive line, and then helping Coach Herndon with that. And let's talk about that. Coach Herndon was your strength coach when you were a player, and now working with him. Is it any different?
It's definitely different. You see that there's a lot more that goes into it than just showing up and putting your clothes on and going to work. I mean, it takes months of planning and calculated advances before you can get all the guys in there and do what we need to do, especially with a strength program like Coach Herndon runs, where you're seeing guys from Neville get drafted into the NFL. It's a testament to what he does every day. So it's been a blessing to be able to work with him.
Well, definitely learning a lot and bringing some extra stuff. So what's been, it's your first year back at Neville. Up to this point, what's kind of standing out or what stands out to you maybe as this season's progressed?
As the season's progressed, specifically for this team has grown so much from week 1 to week 13 or whatever we're in now. I was helping with the freshman defensive line at the beginning of the season, so I wasn't around the varsity as much except for workouts and things like that. But as the season progressed and our freshman season concluded, then I started joining Coach Wallace with the varsity D-line, helping him out as much as I could, trying to soak in and learn as much as I can. So when I do get those freshman kids next year again, I can help install some of his stuff. So,
well, with guys, on that defensive front, you've got to be you can almost learn from guys like Matthew Fobbs-White, Angelo Woods.
Absolutely.
And let's talk about a couple of your D linemen that you're getting to know.
When you get guys that really know what's going on and understand the defense that they're playing, it helps you as a coach. So definitely having guys like Fobbs-White, D'Angelo Woods help me grow as a coach. So those guys have meant a lot this year. Well,
when you come through here, and a lot of these former coaches, it's one of the things at Neville. I call it a thing, but it seems that you've got a lot of alumni that have come back and are giving back.
Right.
You mix in a few guys that have come in and embraced the culture at Neville High School and trying to instill that culture in these young men. You mentioned that you started with those freshmen, and that's always a challenge, and more than one way, I guess, down there with those freshmen. But you can see, their growth as well.
You don't understand it while you're in school, and then you get out and you're gone for a few years and you realize how special Neville High School actually is. And so coming back as a coach, you try to make them understand that the place that they're at right now is very special. It's impossible to do. They won't ever understand until they're gone and washed up like me. But they do. We try to instill it in them anyway.
Well, that's part of that tradition.
Right.
It's hard work ethic.
Absolutely.
Nothing worthwhile comes easy.
That's right.
These are the tenets of this program.
Absolutely.
And it's not just cliche. You got to almost live and preach that.
Oh, absolutely.
Ones that want to hear it will hear it.
Right, absolutely. And the guys that don't, you're lost.
Yeah, exactly. So, and fortunately for the Tigers this year, there's a lot of guys that have got it. You've got a smaller but strong group of seniors that are really pushing themselves, willing themselves to become a better football team.
Absolutely.
So going in up against a big team like East Ascension last week, I mean, that's probably one of the largest offensive lines you faced.
Both sides of the ball, the offensive and defensive line were both large and strong.
And going up against those guys, how do you prepare for a big front like that?
You give the best looks you can, but that really is something you got to practice all year long. You can't just turn it on a week before the game and expect to have the results that you want. So practice has been intense all year long leading up to this spot, so we stay ready to go when we do face these guys. And we didn't know that we were going to be in this 5A division when the season started.
Yeah, that's right.
But you take the punches and you roll with them. So we heard it in the third week or whatever, and we put our hard hat on and we went to work. So that's what we did.
Well, so, coming in to this, is this it's your first job out of college with the high school? Talk about that adjustment from coming in. I mean, I think you recently married and everything. A lot of firsts coming in here.
Right.
For you.
As a player, I know we've talked about me as a player a lot, but as a player, you don't realize how much of a commitment it is that these coaches make and the sacrifices they make. They spend a lot of time and a lot of hours at the facility trying to get everything in line for a game each week. And it's just a testament to those guys' hard work that we come out and we play the way we do every week. So I guess the biggest adjustment is just the time commitment. The time commitment is a huge deal. It is way more than you think as a player. You come back and you say, wow, I didn't realize how much went into this every single week.
Yeah, that's one of those things. I'm sure there's a lot of coaches that wish the players realized.
Absolutely.
The
I'm
players
sure.
got fed today. They're getting, and
somebody's got to do that for them. It doesn't just happen. It doesn't just happen. It's like my dad called me the other day. He's like, "What are you doing? Watching film all day?" I'm like, "Kinda. That is kind of what I'm doing."
Well, the contributions. Everybody has a role.
Right.
Just like you got a role on the team. Every coach has their role, and if you can depend on that coach to do that role, then you're going to be around for a
well-oiled machine. That's right.
Well, look, man, we glad that you're back on Forsyth Avenue.
I'm glad to be here.
Look forward to seeing you there for many, many years to come.
Absolutely.
All right, John Kade Lawrence, everybody. And when we come back after this break, we're going to talk with Matthew Fobbs-White and Rudy Dozier. I'm sure I know Rudy's got a lot to talk about. He always does.
Yeah, of course.
Fobbs as well, about last week's defensive performance, which was a dang good one.
Absolutely.
A dang good one.
They got after it.
All right, everybody, we'll be back after this break.
Sleepy Hollow Furniture and the Falk family proudly support our Neville Tigers. Just like the wide variety of athletics and academics Neville excels in, Sleepy Hollow offers your premium mattresses and adjustable bases. Every kind of home furniture, and just in time for your favorite season, quality in-stock patio furniture ready for the big game. Come shop your Neville Tiger family at Sleepy Hollow Furniture.
Call David's Mobile Detail and Power Wash for all your detailing and power washing needs and soft washing capabilities too. They detail cars, trucks, ATVs, UTVs, boats, and even planes. They offer commercial and residential hot water power washing on nearly all surfaces, including concrete, wood, and stucco. Give them a call, 547-3233, or visit them online at davidsmobiledetail.com or stop by 2501 Washington Street in Monroe. David's Mobile Detail and Wash, proud supporter of Neville Tiger football. Being a strong team means accomplishing great things by working together. Being a Neville Tiger means striving for excellence in all things. Origin Bank and Neville High School share a long history of making a difference in our community. Together with the Food Bank of Northeast Louisiana, we're able to provide meals to children, families, and seniors facing hunger in Northeast Louisiana. Origin Bank and Neville Tiger football, always a winning combination. Origin Bank, member FDIC.
Hey Neville Tiger Nation, this season if you find yourself feeling a little under the weather, visit Go Family Health on North 18th Street. They cover flu shots, sports physicals, sick visits, annual visits, or if nothing is wrong, they can do your regular checkup. Go Family Health has a happy staff, clean office, and they can take care of all your family's health care needs.
This is Tiffany Terra with Go Family Health. We love our Neville Tigers, and we want to thank all of Neville Nation for always supporting Go Family Health.
Do you suffer from frequent back or neck pain? Were you in an accident and can't get rid of those constant aches? Maybe you're someone who deals with chronic migraines and tension headaches. It might be time to see how Martinez Chiropractic can help you. The goal of Martinez Chiropractic is to reduce or eliminate pain in just a few sessions using the latest in chiropractic technology. Don't suffer in pain another day. Call Martinez Chiropractic today at 318-654-4310 or see them in person, 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe.
Mama DeLuca's pizzas are custom made, fresh to order right in front of you. We offer 3 different sizes of pizzas, 9, 12, or 14. Mama DeLuca's pizza is prepared to your order. The pizza cooks in less than 3 minutes. We have 16 different toppings to choose from, 8 unique sauces to complete your pizza. In addition to pizzas, we offer to our customers boneless wings with your choice of a dipping sauce. Mama DeLuca's Pizza offers delicious garlic Parmesan breadstick, freshly made to order pasta bowls. We're Mama DeLuca's Pizza in the subway on Lammy Lane, and we hope to see you soon.
Winning is synonymous with Neville High School and Williams Orthodontics. Where the Neville Nation strives to finish strong on the field, court, or diamond, Dr. Kevin Williams and his staff share the same passion to deliver outstanding smiles to all patients in North Louisiana and South Arkansas. If you or anyone in your family are needing an orthodontic consultation, call the friendly staff at Williams Orthodontics to schedule an appointment so you too can be on the road to a winning smile. Williams Orthodontics says, "Go Tigers."
Here at Parker Alexander, we obtain justice for those who've been injured due to the negligence of others. Whether that's in a car accident, a truck accident, wrongful death, we also make our community safer. We hold violators accountable.
And welcome back, everybody, as we are continuing segment 3 here on Tiger Talk. Stewart Shelby alongside now Matthew Fobbs-White, Rudy Dozier, and it brings a little round of applause from the crowd here at Melvin's restaurant here tonight. And guys, and both of y'all had a couple of social media kind of got around. Rudy, yours did okay. I'm not going to take anything away from your interception, but yours kind of blew up, and you had one of the maybe the most iconic hits in Neville football history. We showed you the LaMarcus Cooper one from back in 2003. I don't think neither one of you guys were alive back then.
No, sir.
But talk about, maybe let's just start with that play, Matthew, as the right tackle. I don't know what he was thinking, but you had a clear path.
Yes, sir. It was like, it just wasn't no instance. It was the right place, right time. You know, Coach Collins called the play, like the right blitz.
Mm-hmm.
And like they were running like a zone to the left, and I guess the right tackle just wasn't quick enough to get to his spot, and it just left the hole open.
Yeah, let the whole thing open, and then there it was. You meet the running back in the hole, and you know, I wanted to put on that just kind of a disclaimer on that it's like no football players were injured in the making of this video because he came back and played, and there was a lot of that. But, just taking away, you had that one big hit, but that full game that y'all played defensively, a big team. Offense was kind of, not say struggling, but really trying to get the ball moving a little bit there early on. And you hold a team that's put up a lot of points to just 3 field goals. Rudy, talk about the job you guys did collectively.
Yes, sir. Just big props to our coaching staff. They really break down all the film for us. They get us prepared for what we'll see in the game and what we might see in the game. And we just really played good. We did all the right stuff when we were supposed to, and just props to them.
Well, Matthew, a couple of big sacks. You had a strip sack there in the first half. I think Brody ended up recovering that. And
yes, sir.
These playoffs, it seems as though that the ends have really dictated a lot and created somehow. I say in the playoffs, but in the last few games that y'all just keep rolling and rolling and rolling and being able to kind of use your speed as another weapon in your tool belt. Talk about how that's kind of come to pass.
Yes, sir. It all starts with preparation. In practice, Monday through Thursday with Coach Courtney and Coach Lawrence, we really just, worked on our explosiveness and, our move set when we're facing the pass rush. And it just paid off on Friday nights.
You've definitely pressured. Not only you don't get a sack every time, but that defensive line play, you, Brody, D'Angelo Woods, they've just come here, help me out here.
Perkins,
Webb,
everybody.
Pinky.
Yeah, those guys have really made it troublesome from that. It helps out guys like Rudy playing on the second level there at linebacker, and you got a pick last week, which we posted it as well. And let's talk about that pick. I mean, that was one you had a choice to come up. You actually dropped back in coverage, or was that called?
That was called. We saw that play earlier in the week, and I actually called an interception on it during practice. And then we knew once they came out throwing the ball that we got them where we wanted them to, because they were really a run-heavy offense. So when they came out throwing it, I mean, I was just in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of people. And Coach Tannehill talked about it when we were talking about the highlights from from the game last Friday, and it was really good to see. It was a whole defense. You get the pick, and then everybody's down, because y'all had missed a couple opportunities in the back, a couple of tip balls that just couldn't, just right out of the fingertips of some of them. You get that pick, and then you take off, and you ran out of gas around the 5, Rudy.
They really opened up a lot of alleys. They opened up a lot of alleys for me, and I just saw one and I took off, and Brody Watley would get mad at me, but if he would have blocked that one guy, I think I would have had it.
Well, you talk about it. A lot of you guys, it's your senior year. Y'all, a group of y'all are sitting up here eating. Nights like tonight are something that you maybe look back on when you're older, like me, and think about it. But talk about this team and the job that y'all have done, where y'all started this year. There's a lot of naysayers, a lot of doubters talking about this year's football team. And I'll be the first one to tell you, you've done a damn good job of proving a lot of people wrong.
Yes,
but from start to finish, talk about that journey.
Yes, sir. It all started in the off season when, we lost 30, 40 kids last year with that team we had. And, it really was we was counted out, just put to the side, thinking it was just a rebuilding year. And it kind of fueled us this season, just proving everybody wrong, all those that doubted us.
Yes, sir. I mean, we really had a great summer. We had a lot of people turn out. I think 32 players went 30 for 30 this summer, and that's where you make every workout. And then it went up and down there at the beginning, and then we finally got on track, and we've been rolling ever since.
Well, you've definitely turned it on at the right time, and there's some unfinished business out there.
Yes, sir.
You guys get Westgate. When you started the year, people were predicting a possible Neville Westgate 4A final. Well, now here they are in the quarterfinals. This will be the fourth time that you face the Tigers from New Iberia in the playoffs since 2013. And 19 and 20 faced them and beat them.
Yes, sir.
In a couple of first time we've traveled down there. This will be the longest road trip for you guys this season. What do you think it's going to take to go down there and bring back a victory to get y'all one more night in Bill Ruppel Stadium?
We just got to play our brand of football. They're a real good football team, but I think in the matchup, we're the better team, and we just need to dig deep. Don't lollygag around. Don't fall asleep nowhere. Come out, play focused, and play determined, and we'll come out with the W.
Defensively, we're really going to have to tackle in space. And that's kind of been a big problem for us early on, and I think we've really gotten over that. And we're just going to have to tackle in space. They're very athletic, very fast, pretty physical. So it'll be a four-quarter fight for sure.
Well, it has been. The last couple times, or the last time we played them, I believe it was 26-24. We had them in our place right there, and that was in – might have been
19.
That was 19.
That was 19.
20 was 53-24, I believe.
Yeah, so either way, it's going to be an interesting night. All right. Well, look, guys, we really appreciate you taking the time out here. Sorry we had to pull you away from the food at the table, but just let me know if there's anything you need. We'll let Annie and the great people here at Melvin's take care of you with that. So, look, good luck this Friday night. Looking really forward to seeing what you guys have to bring to Westgate. So, everybody here and everybody around the Neville Nation is definitely pulling for you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Rudy Dozier, Matthew Fobbs-White, everybody. We're going to be back here. Bring back Coach Tannehill to talk about these Westgate Tigers. So stay tuned for that. We'll have one more segment to go here on Tiger Talk. Stay tuned.
Call David's Mobile Detail and Power Wash for all your detailing and power washing needs and soft washing capabilities, too. They detail cars, trucks, ATVs, UTVs, boats, and even planes. They offer commercial and residential hot water power washing on nearly all surfaces, including concrete, wood, and stucco. Give them a call, 547-3233, or visit them online at davidsmobiledetail.com or stop by 2501 Washington Street in Monroe. David's Mobile Detail and Wash, proud supporter of Neville Tiger football.
Sleepy Hollow Furniture and the Falk family proudly support our Neville Tigers. Just like the wide variety of athletics and academics Neville excels in, Sleepy Hollow offers your premium mattresses and adjustable bases, every kind of home furniture, and just in time for your favorite season, quality in-stock patio furniture ready for the big game. Come shop your Neville Tiger family at Sleepy Hollow Furniture.
This is why I run.
Do you suffer from frequent back or neck pain? Were you in an accident and can't get rid of those constant aches? Maybe you're someone who deals with chronic migraines and tension headaches. It might be time to see how Martinez Chiropractic can help you. The goal of Martinez Chiropractic is to reduce or eliminate pain in just a few sessions using the latest in chiropractic technology. Don't suffer in pain another day. Call Martinez Chiropractic today at 318-654-4310 or see them in person, 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe.
Being a strong team means accomplishing great things by working together. Being a Neville Tiger means striving for excellence in all things. Origin Bank and Neville High School share a long history of making a difference in our community. Together with the Food Bank of Northeast Louisiana, we're able to provide meals to children, families, and seniors facing hunger in Northeast Louisiana. Origin Bank and Neville Tiger football, always a winning combination. Origin Bank, member FDIC.
When Neville Nation craves delicious fast food, there's only one place that comes to mind: Sonic Drive-In on North 18th. Whether it's a breakfast toaster on your way to work or school, one of the many lunch combos, a mid-afternoon Route 44 cold drink, a pregame popcorn chicken, or a postgame Sonic Blast, the Sonic on North 18th Street has you covered. So drive through Or park and wait for a friendly car hop today to find out why our Sonic is the Sonic on North 18th Street in Monroe. It's definitely Tiger approved.
Whether you're dining in or grabbing to go, at Nukes, we love to share great food, to delight with new flavors, to celebrate every bite. Join us at Nukes Eatery.
Mama DeLuca's pizzas are custom made, fresh to order right in front of you. We offer 3 different sizes of pizzas, 9, 12, or 14. Mama DeLuca's pizza is prepared to your order. The pizza cooks in less than 3 minutes. We have 16 different toppings to choose from, 8 unique sauces to complete your pizza. In addition to pizzas, we offer to our customers boneless wings with your choice of a dipping sauce. Mama DeLuca's Pizza offers delicious garlic Parmesan breadstick, freshly made to order pasta bowls. We're Mama DeLuca's Pizza in the subway on Lammy Lane, and we hope to see you soon.
Here at Parker Alexander, we obtain justice for those who've been injured due to the negligence of others. Whether that's in a car accident, a truck accident, wrongful death, we also make our community safer. We hold violators accountable.
And we're back here live from Melvin's Restaurant. We welcome back Neville head football coach Jeff Tannehill, and it's the fourth segment here, the final segment on Tiger Talk. And, Coach, really enjoyed talking with one of your young assistant coaches, John Kade. And
he's going to be a good one.
He's definitely and then a lot of these seniors, Matthew and Rudy have come a long way. I mean, a couple of guys that have been here for a while.
Yeah, 4-year players, just outstanding leaders on our football team. Just can't say enough about those guys.
They definitely did. Had big games. Looking forward to having a couple of – you're going to need some big games out of them this week as you travel for maybe – this is – we mentioned it there last segment. But this is not only – this is the longest road trip we've taken this season. It's similar to the Karen Crow trips we've taken the last couple of years. It's not like a lot of these guys haven't been on that type of trip. But Westgate, when I look at Westgate on film and, taking it from, me, the play-by-play guy, 'cause I break down film for a living. Yeah. No, I don't. But it reminds me of the Neville Tigers a little bit. I mean,
and they always,
a lot of similarities.
They always have. Every year we've played them, it's always been a close game. Very athletic, very physical football team. They play great defense, and then they have some athletes on offense. And it's just, and our schedules have kind of mirrored each other also. So, we both lost to some really good teams
early in the season.
And we both kind of picked it back up and started playing well towards the end of the year. And the last 2 times we played them, I believe it was both in the quarterfinals. But
the second round in last year, but it was 53-34. I mean, it was a shootout.
Yeah,
that y'all pulled away late. 2019, it was in the quarterfinals. Yeah. It was 26-24. I believe that's Kayshawn Butte was a senior there. And the other time was 2013, and that was when Westgate was just getting going. That was a second round game. Y'all won 35-6. But you talk about that Westgate record overall, 7-3. Mm-hmm. That's what caused them. Those 3 losses caused them to drop down to 10. And really, if you look at it, maybe the 3 losses plus. They played at 1A Magnolia School of Excellence. I mean, I'm sure they were having a tough time getting people to come play Westgate.
When you're a 4A team like Westgate and Neville, and there's 3 or 4 other ones that are 4A teams, the good 5A teams will play you, and then the rest of them are kind of not interested because they don't want to lose to a 4A team. So it's hard to get football games. And as a 4A team, it's hard to stay healthy when you play such a dynamic 5A schedule, and we've seen that in the past. And this year we were still in the 4A district, just tough to get ball games this year. So
you look at a couple of these teams. New Iberia finished at 3-7. LCCP, which has had a lot of wins, they finished 4-6. Yeah. Where you were benefiting from the teams that you played, they kind of got hurt by some of the teams on those final records. Nevertheless, this is a talented football team, Coach, and you know that as well as anybody. In the playoffs, Westgate beats Belle Chase, it's a New Orleans area school. They're in there with Destrehan in that district, 35-14. Then they go to Slidell on the road and handle them 28-7. That game was 10-7 or 14-7 going into the fourth quarter, and then Westgate pulls away in that football game.
Slidell had a talented offense and obviously played pretty good on defense too. But Slidell had a lot of success this year and won a lot of games. I don't think they lost maybe one or two games, but they had a good year. But to me, the defense of Westgate's what carries them. I mean, they've always got athletes on offense, but Coach Antoine is a defensive guy, and I'm sure he has a lot to say. So, and he was a really good defensive back when he played in college, and so defensively, man, this safety. Derek Williams, All-American kid, 5-star.
Exactly.
Heck of a player. He was injured for most of the year, but he's back. They have a linebacker, number 10, kind of an outside backer, Detravius Lively.
Yeah.
And then
a sophomore. We talked about these sophomore contributors.
Yeah. Also, a little outside linebacker, Amari Simon, good player. And then you've got an LSU commit, I believe, Demarion Johnson, number 9.
Yeah.
Big, long kid. He's really good looking, really good player. Then 26 is a middle linebacker, Andre Williams. And then the big guy in the middle is Andre Netter. He's number 99. He played year before last against us.
Travion
Netter. He must have had a brother because they had a
sophomore.
Netter. Yeah, they had a Netter that played against us a couple years ago. So, defensively, man, they're stacked in there pretty good, and they just run to the football and they tackle in space, man. That's like you said, it reminds me a lot of our defense, and they do a lot of things that give you different looks, with different personnel, and they have a really good scheme. They're simple in some ways, but man, they fly to the football and they really play physical football.
They definitely do, and it shows on tape. It shows, and they played. You talk. I'm going through their schedule, and they play. You talk about some tough competition. Their 3 losses came to Turlings Catholic, 9-1, still in the
playing
the non-select playoff. I mean the select playoffs. Yeah. St. Thomas More, they lost 42-34. St. Thomas More is 9-1, still in the playoffs. Lafayette Christian really got them. That's kind of an anomaly on that game. They're playing at LCA, but LCA still in the playoffs as well. I mean, you've got North Vermilion still in the playoffs, and that's a team they handled 39-7. So it's a team that can put up points. It's a team that can play really good defense, and you're going to have to bring your A game to stay in the ball game with them.
Well, you're talking about putting up points. They play a 2-quarterback system. Number 4, Amaz Eugene's a really athletic kid. He's a senior. And then I'm not sure if number 5 is Jabari Antoine. He's a quarterback. I don't know if he's the coach's son or what, but they've got the same last name anyway. It's probably a relative. But he's a good athlete. He plays some defense also, plays some corner, and he's the other quarterback. And they both do a really fine job. 6, Zaid Landry, wide receiver, a very good athlete. 8 to me is got great speed. He just looks really fast on film against everybody else. So he's a threat. Dietrich Latale, is that how you say that? Latale. All right.
We'll go with that.
But those are some guys that to watch for on offense as you're watching the game and know that they've got some speed to burn.
We've talked about Westgate. It's a newer school. Started back, I believe, in the 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. It was when they split, needed a different school from New Iberia High School and Westgate, your 2 public schools there in New Iberia. It's a nice facility, turf field. It looks like there might be a little bit of rain in the area. We're hoping that it's going to be pushing out a little early, but nevertheless, the playing surface is not going to have to walk into another Evangel-like situation.
No. It is turf, so that's the best part about that game.
Fans, we definitely need the fan support down there, in person.
Yeah, and that reminds me, they need to. There was about 10 seats left on that fan bus. If you want to get in touch with Mickey Trawick,
let him know.
Let him know you want to get on that bus.
Yeah, if you go on the Neville Football Facebook page, there's a post there.
Right.
There's ways to get in touch with Mickey, and that'd be an easy way. You drive you down there and drive you back.
Yeah.
Get you something to eat before the game. So it'd be
the fans are always going to stop and eat somewhere really good on these road trips. We were talking about the road trip a little earlier, and the one thing that every team that we've ever had here that's gone deep in the playoffs and made a run at it has had to go on the road down south, and usually in the Lafayette area or New Orleans area, and win a tough ball game on the road and to keep on going. And that's part of the history and the lore of being a Neville Tiger, that you'll always go back and say, hey, we was playing Bro Bridge, or we were at Karen Crow,
Turling's Catholic.
We were playing that game on the road in the playoffs, and there's always that one game that you go. I go back to Coach Birch and them when they played 2009. On the road at McDonough 35, down 10 points with less than 4 minutes to play, and just a miraculous comeback.
Exactly.
And so those are games that always, that you always remember, and you think about all the time when you've coached in them. So hopefully this will be another one of those trips.
Well, it's the quarterfinals, Tigers and the Tigers, as Neville travels to Westgate. It's Destrehan and East St. John on the other side of the bracket. Nobody's really worried about who wins that, but that's the other side of the bottom half of the non-select bracket. It's all focused on Westgate down in New Iberia. All right, before we sign off, Coach, there's a couple of weekly honorees that we'd like to get to, our players of the week from the East Ascension game. And let's get to those right here. On offense, it's Jalen Nichols, close to 200 yards on the ground and a touchdown. And then on the defensive player of the week is Matthew Fobbs-White and his play at defensive end. So thanks to Origin Bank for their sponsorship of our players of the week each and every week.
Without a
here
doubt,
on the network.
man, they both had an outstanding game. And, of course, everybody around them played well. That helped them have an outstanding game doing their job, too. So it's just fun to watch them make plays on Friday night.
Well, you got some the football team ate well tonight. Seniors got a little double dose.
They got a double dose.
The seniors are in here at Melvin's enjoying their weekly
I want to make a little shout out to Alan Ritter's cook crew, and with Gary Roberts, Michael Sampanero, Matthew Harvey,
Ron Dozier.
All those guys. Brett Braddock always helps. Bull Campbell. Those guys. And Kade Carter and some of those, just an outstanding job. They've taken care of our guys all year long, and it's just been great for the support they have, and that they love doing that for our guys. They were in their shoes at one point, and just glad to help out whenever possible. And we ate great today.
They definitely did. I almost wanted to put a jersey on so I could get me one of what they had on the grill today. And when Mason came home, I was like, where'd you get that? That's what his brother said. I was like, maybe they'll still be around. Those guys will still be around next year.
Yeah,
for that one. Well, look, folks, if you want to, it's going to be cash only down there at Westgate. $15 a ticket on the campus. It's kind of a weird parking situation over there. Only one way in, one way out. But it's going to be. Don't worry about that. Just get down there early, pack the stands, and bring a $20 bill with you so you can buy a ticket and a little popcorn and stuff, and watch these young men compete for a spot in the semifinals. Their hard work definitely deserves some attention. So,
don't forget about the pep rally tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, Neville Auditorium. Pack the house tomorrow night. It'll be a fun time.
Love to see it. That's one of the best nights of the year, that Thanksgiving pep rally. I look forward to it. We had about 13 straight, so let's make it a good one, and we're looking forward to that as well. And those are things you need to be there in person.